Hope everyone's doing well. Music off. Got my new hexagon light. Got over here, got a full moon coming up behind me. Interesting. So much weird shit happening around the world. Hope everyone's doing well. Paul Sachs summed it up pretty good. These days are getting weirder by the hour. The merge about to Shmita us all. I got my Ethereum shirt on, one of three. Yeah, I hope it goes well. I hope it goes well for all of us that own Ethereum, for all of us that have ERC20s. We don't want it to break. We don't want the thing to break. It gets nuts. What happens when the merge happens? Is it like Y2K? Crypto Server 369? Well, there's some people think that it could just break, right? Things aren't going to work, but they've been working on this a long time. So I think it's going to be fine. I really do. I got bigger things to worry about than the ETH merge, but all clocks go to zero. Man, I'm old enough to remember it. I was living in Columbus, Ohio. I was at the Capitol building down on, I think it's High Street in Columbus. And we watched the clocks tick over. Yeah, I had good times when I lived in Columbus. Hi, Monica. X Monkey, the Shmita series is so fascinating, a bit freaky too. Hopefully we've seen most of the worst already. You know, the interesting thing is, guys, remember that Shmita is not just the 26th or 27th. It's also the whole year. It started a year ago, right? And a lot of Shmita has been happening this year. A lot. Crypto Cashew saying hi to Monica. Hi, XGo. The merge, I think it's midnight. So it'll be an hour from now. I think it's Eastern, right? I'm not quite sure. Even Richard was asking when it was actually happening. Good evening, good people. Hey, Alex. Clintron's happy merge day, everyone. Hopefully ETH doesn't get Shmita'd. That would really suck, man. If we couldn't use the blockchain for a while, that would really suck. Susie, welcome. Midnight merge, cheers. Yep. Corey Gary, let's go, Randy. Watch your show every night. Thank you, Corey. Thanks for commenting. Fat Bob lives on. Fat Bob, man, you got the best name. Cup of coffee in hand, toasted sausage sandwich, and all asleep in the house. Cool to be here again. Get up early every morning, UK time, just to watch this show. That's awesome, man. Love it. Hey, Randy, your streams are awesome. I have learned so much. Thank you, sir. No problem, TechSex. Hopefully I can keep bringing good info. Hey, everybody, let's get our Shmita on. Yeah. Hey, lights out, made it. Good evening. Hex Toddle, stake your hex. XYZ. Hey, y'all. Daniel Bogle. Bueno, mi amigo, ¿cómo estás? Hey, have we merged? Nope. We got a little while, Hex Phoenix. 2 hours or an hour. Good evening, fam. All right. Yeah, an hour from now. Not yet. So close. Wouldn't it be funny if everything just, not funny, but catastrophic if everything just failed? Is the merge going to smite us or smite us? Yo, Randy, how was the day? Soldier Pete? It was pretty good. I went to, we have a mall in the Chinatown area, and that's where I picked up the lights. Man, I felt like a kid in a candy store. They had so much stuff for live streaming. All kinds of lights. You know, they had Darth Vader lamps and, you know, Yoda, SpongeBob. They had everything. My kid was going crazy. He's like, "Can I have that for my live streams?" I'm like, "You're not allowed on the internet, my son." Hey, Randy, what are your thoughts on liquid loans? Does staking their work on smart contracts, or do they hold your keys? I don't know exactly how that works, but I believe it's just like liquidity, which is just smart contracts. So if it's liquidity, then we should be fine. I haven't looked into 100%. All I know is I want to use it to borrow against my Pulse in the future once Pulse does its first 1,000x or something. Flying back to the UK in 2 hours, so I'm lucky I can catch you live. I'm loving the streams. Cards, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. How's everyone doing? Absolutely. How's everybody doing? I'm actually getting kind of anxious. Hey fam, school's in. Thank you, Life Changer. November 7th eclipse too. Yeah, we got. I think it's 14th is the lunar eclipse, but we got the solar eclipse on October 25th. Man, this next couple months got just jam packed with stuff. Putting Guru, good day from Australia. I love doing live streams. People from everywhere. This whole year has been a Shmita. Yes, it has. And it's true. It has. It started last September at the end of Rosh Hashanah. And it's going to end on the 26th or the evening of the 20th when the sun goes down on the 27th. That's the end of Rosh Hashanah. What's going on, Pac-Man? Luke Duke, love the show every night. Thank you, buddy. Okay, what are you talking about now? Hey, Randy and all, emotional day for me. Those that are not born in the UK won't get it, but it's cool. Excellent time to buy right now with these dips. Yeah. My boy, right? Stoshi, how you doing? Bugs is here. What up, Randy? Hope everything is well. Everything's going good, guys. What's up, Hexagons? Your mic moved again? Yeah, I've been moving it all over the place. I'm just testing because it's still booming. I don't know what else to do. If you guys got any ideas, let me know. Need a seizure warning tonight. Is it that bad? Randy Macho Man Shmita, appreciate your sow. Where's my sow? I got a sow in here somewhere. I know you meant show. Evening, everyone. Seizure warning. That's so funny. It's not flickering. Anything flickering? I don't see anything flickering. Told my mom I ain't doing the gardening till Shmita ends. Michael. Yes, I did see Water Above's new video, Stephen. Yes, I did. And it was quite interesting. If you guys haven't seen it and you like gematria and numerology, I'd definitely check it out. I use liquid loans all day. It's straightforward, easy to use. It'll need to be battle tested though. Cool. I haven't been on the test net since I got back from my trip. I know I need to get on there. Hey Joey, it's going great. Man, guys, so many comments, but I gotta make sure we get them all in. Any good news for the winter solstice? Man, that's too far away. We got like 50 other things to get to before the winter solstice. All this talking about moons and lunar is giving me PTSD of the lunar crash. Well, if you watch Waters Above, the numbers matched up pretty much to what's going on right now. After living through so many of these cycles, I feel like a pro now. Yeah, my mom she's very calming for me when I talk to her about this stuff. No expectations from the work of Santa. I think it's worth buying Hex now before the merge and wait for the aftermath. I'm not touching anything right now. I won't DCA until October. Then even October is iffy for me because we got so many things coming. Good morning from Denmark, Marcin Hex. Nice. Hopefully I can go to Copenhagen or somewhere else in Denmark in the future. I would love to. All right, so I want to start you off with a little video where, I mean, don't take this as truth by any means. This is just from The Simpsons that somebody made, and it just talks about The Simpsons predicting the future. And I just think it's kind of goes with what we're talking about, how there's predictive programming that happens around us, and Shmita really is predictive programming. People follow this religious rule, and that's why we have these big crashes, because there's a large community that has a lot of wealth that follows this religiously, and people who ignore it are just, I don't know, ignore at your own peril. So let's watch this quick. So that's just a little bit of predictive programming from The Simpsons. I don't think all of those were legit, but many of them were. They were actually in there. I want to show you guys this really quick. This is September 22nd, 23rd from Hollywood. 33 times they've actually used September 23rd in a movie. And I'm just going to go through the 33 times. TV Third Rock from the Sun, a meteor is scheduled to hit the planet in September of 2015. Big Bang Theory, asteroid strike September 23rd. And just remember that these aren't exactly, they're not specifically this September 23rd, but over and over again in movies, they use the number 923. And that's why people call it predictive programming for a reason, is that maybe they're telling us that in the future something's going to happen on 923. I don't know if it's this year, last year, or next year, or whatever, but something's going to happen. In the movie Volcano, 923 next to the cross in the movie, an asteroid hits the Earth on 923. Movie Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, an asteroid strikes on September 22nd, 23rd, and ends the world. Movie Julia and Julia, September 23rd, a meteor striking the Earth. Movie Deep Impact, starring Morgan Freeman. He says the asteroid would strike 922 lotto numbers at our 923. Crazy. In the movie Evan Almighty, starring Steve Carell, the date of the flood is September 22nd. Movie Knowing, the date of September 22nd, 23rd, the Earth is destroyed by a solar flare. In the movie Little Shop of Horrors, September 23rd, an event that will encounter a deadly threat to humans' existence. Movie Tomorrowland, disaster strikes on September 23rd. TV and NCIS, Last Man Standing was the episode. Do they know 923? Interesting. In the movie 23, Jim Carrey mentions the date September 23rd as the day that hell arrives. Ah, shit. In the movie Sleepy Hollow, September 23rd, a new dimension is opened. Movie Ghostbusters, The Evil is released on September 23rd. This is the End, Seth Rogen. Paparazzi video recorder says date 923, the rapture happens. And movie Pandemic hits the East Coast on 923. Movie The Labyrinth, evil consumes the world at 923. Yeah, so that's just some of the stuff with the predictive programming we see in movies. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Like I'm one of those guys. I cannot watch a movie today without getting into this stuff. Oops, I forgot to take that down. I always pay attention to what I'm watching in the movies. Contemplating borrowing to buy more Hex right now is something I thought I would never do. Your thoughts, please, Randy. Yeah, wait till October, or maybe on the 26th. If there's a big capitulation candle, maybe you want to take advantage. Maybe it dips below a penny, and you want to think that's the bottom. Go right ahead. So remember, guys, Shmita isn't the exact date. Look, we had 9/11, and that was like a week and a half or something like that before the actual Shmita happened in 2001. So don't expect it to be on the exact date. I got to show you guys. Let me take this down. I want to show you guys something somebody did on Twitter. This one, Jake Sharp put up one of the videos I did with him talking about Shmita a couple weeks ago. This is this 3.5, 4 weeks ago now, and people were making comments. And this person, the opposition, wrote Shmita doesn't matter, and then Don Pablo Hexcobar said anyone can be a millionaire, but to become a billionaire, you need an astrologer. JP Morgan quote. He goes, laugh out loud, Shmita my D. I said, sure. He goes, I bet you 100,000 hex that nothing will happen on the 26th. Nothing. It's all just some hippie bollocks. Now, like I said, Shmita's been all year. This guy says, big dick energy bet. Let's see if Randy accepts. I said, rarely does it happen on the exact date. Someone who does not understand how this works will make a bet like that. You can have a big dick but a small brain. And then I did I put the horse. Because really, I mean, who makes a bet like that? That's ridiculous. It has to be on the exact day. Come on. Shmita's been all year. We've been getting destroyed all year, event after event after event. So we're already correct. Oh, and by the way, okay, don't ever borrow. I don't recommend borrow. Only use money that you can afford to lose. Always. I'd be much richer today if I was willing to risk more, but I'm not. I'm not willing to risk too much. Sorry, but all the economic indicators point toward Xmas being canceled this year. I blame Sleepy Joe. Well, with the Simpsons are showing that maybe the predictive programming that he won't be around much longer. Maybe the VP will be president. We are in a matrix, yes. Never take leverage to buy crypto or stock. Stephen, thank you. That's exactly right. Borrowing is leverage. Santa has to make some crazy miracles align this year. Susie, circle that date. Yeah, every year pay attention to that date. Every year. Absolutely. Jim Carrey in the movie 23. Yeah, creepy, creepy, creepy movie. That's creepy. Yes, it is. Yeah, 23 is numerology porn. I saw that movie probably the last time like 10 years ago, but I love it. Trump in prison or dead 2023. In my opinion, no, I do not wish him dead, but usually the end of trade. Cape, you really think so? Yeah. I don't like any of them. I think they're all terrible. Big events usually happen early in the week to provide content for the week's newsreel. So what's early in the week? I don't even know. I don't have my phone here. My phone's charging. So I don't even know what day of the week Shmita is. I think it might be a Sunday or a Saturday. So it'll definitely be earlier in the week then. Check out Jay Dyer, Randy. Good analysis on esoteric symbolism in art, movies, and literature. Oh yeah. Okay. I love that stuff. I love getting into it. Networks always had news shows starting in late September. It's quite a time. Interesting. That's the video I just found out about. That's the video I first found out about your channel. Really? Cool, Stephen. Stephen or Stephen. I had a good friend that was from Scotland, and he went by Stephen. True, it can take a few weeks for ramifications to unfold. Mm-hmm. If the Shemitah turns out to be as bad as we think, what would be the recovery plan for an individual? Well, the recovery plan starts with preparation, and preparation is having cash on hand, having food for 3 to 6 months, having ways to cook the food, having water, or ways to filter water, and way to hunker down. One of the coolest things about my house, this apartment, is that the prior owner was Italian, the man who owned this, and owned the apartment next door. And he changed out the doors in our apartment. He put these like crazy doors that bolt into the floor and into the ceiling, or up into the upper part of the door. And it has 4 metal rods that go into the side of the door, into the cement. I could hunker down this apartment for a long time. This thing's like living in a fortress. I always get afraid that I'm going to lose the key. Anna lost the key while we were on our trip. She lost hers, so now we're down to 1 key, and we can't find anybody to make a new key for us because these are Italian doors. And today, she was upstairs with our son because they were doing their swim lessons, and my keys weren't in the place where I always put them, so I just figured that she took them, right? Because she went upstairs. You need the key in order to get out to the rooftop. And the second I closed the door, I had this fear come across me, like, oh my God, we're never getting back in if she didn't take the key. I was like, oh no. Wow, freaky. Did you see InfoWars bid on FEMA attempting to pay off victims to change vax deaths to COVID deaths? No, I did not see that, but I would not doubt it. Hospitals made a lot of money in 2019 or 2020, 2021 by changing the codes to the one for what they said it was when it wasn't actually what that was, because they got a lot of money from the government for using that code. It really is a shame. For those of you guys who are not in healthcare, when you come in to the hospital, we assign a code to you based on your illness. I can't remember what the name of the code is because I was a military guy. We really didn't, everyone was healthy, so I never had to go down and never had to look up those codes. But if you had the illness that they're talking about, there was a specific code given to it. But most of the time, people had comorbidities, and a comorbidity would also have those codes. And a lot of times at the end, they would just say, okay, like for example, you heard stories of people that came in with car accidents, and then on their form, it said that they had what happened in 2021, 2020, and 2021. And people were like, that's not how my family member died. Yeah, it was happening all over the world, not just the US. They needed to pump those numbers up. Rob, and neither work. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Rob. Countries are banning. Good. Not here in Panama. They still love it. People are still walking around with it. I saw a guy today, and he was in the car by himself, wearing a mask still. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. I just burned my toast. Is that part of it? Pearl, damn it, yeah. Well, I'm getting a lot of you guys from the UK, or at least Europe, right? We're talking about blackouts now in UK and Europe, getting funky. Fat Bob Lazat, I hear you. Look, prepare. Get a wood burning stove or a kerosene heater or something. Feel for you guys. Thanks, Sleepy Joe. Oh, God. It looks like he's got some twins out there, that's for sure. Oh, is it? Oh, snap. This is going to get ugly, I think. I didn't even look. I haven't looked at the calendar. I mean, I'm retired. I don't really look at these things. But 26 is a Monday? Are you kidding me? Oh, man. So that means Friday is the 23rd. Oh, man. What a weekend it's going to be. Randy's going to be like pacing the house. I might have to do a 48 hours of Shmita. Don't hold me to it. Just keep it going and just keep coming in with the news updates. I'll just have people. Maybe we'll do one where maybe the last one we'll just have a bunch of people on and we'll just discuss what's going on. You know, I'm definitely gonna. I'll definitely do a live stream in the morning of the 26th then on Monday morning. Because that's going to be too interesting to pass up. Yeah, Palatines bonds, take the lesser of evils if not pay more gas. Yeah, I don't believe in the lesser of two evils. I just don't vote. Watch another cargo ship get stuck. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I got a story for you guys. Something that happened here in Panama, and it wasn't on the net or worldwide news. It was just local news. It was pretty symbolic. So sorry, my nose is a little bit stuffy tonight. Remember, I think it was March. I think the world locked down on March 17th or something like that. And shortly thereafter, a ship struck the railroad bridge that goes parallel to the Panama Canal. So if you watch my video where I drove to Gamboa the other day, you'll see me go across the bridge. And to the left of me is a railroad trestle bridge. Or not a trestle bridge, but just a railroad bridge. It just keeps going and going and going. It's really long. And that bridge used to be the old road. I used to have to drive across the parallel road that was built on the railroad bridge. And that bridge was struck by a ship and it knocked out the railway. It was just days after the lockdowns began. And the first thing I thought of was like, they did that shit on purpose, because that bridge is the only way the train can get to Colón. Colón is the Caribbean port city in Panama. And that bridge is the one that supplies all of South America, all of the, Brazil, all the islands, Venezuela, getting stuff to Cartagena, which is in Colombia, Suriname and all those countries in the northern part of South America, as well as Argentina and Uruguay. The only ones that don't rely on it are like Chile, Ecuador, those countries on the other side of the Andes, Peru, but everyone else, they rely on it. So right when the lockdowns happened, a once in a lifetime thing happened. One of the boats ran directly into the bridge, the only vulnerable place for the trains in all of Panama. They hit the exact bridge. And I was like, that shit was on purpose. And everyone I talked to that's in maritime and things here in Panama think the same. Because how the hell did one of these boat captains, these professional boat captains, they're all Panamanian, they're all taught here from a young age how to drive a boat, and they learn how to navigate the Panama Canal. How did this freighter get off course? And when I mean get off course, it took a lot to get off course. If you know the Gatun Lake, the lake that feeds the Panama Canal, and where they have to, the part they have to get through, where I'm talking, it's pretty wide. It's maybe 3/4 of a kilometer across, and they turn and they hit it. How the hell did it happen? You know. So then they shut off supplies for everybody in the Caribbean and the east coast of South America. It was pretty alarming, but it wasn't worldwide news. It was only news here. I love learning things I did not know. Thanks, Randy. No problem. Got to tune in. Michael, welcome. Been busy stacking hats since we last hooked up. Really. You might have gotten you would have gotten a cheaper price if you would have waited a little while. And Michael, it's possible. Both of them. Maybe they'll be in cells next to each other. Everyone should have a water Berkey. Had one for years. Now we love it. Clean water, no fluoride. Okay, so I have one. I have it. It's in we use it for everything. But the problem with you have to get the Berkey filters that take out the fluoride. They're the blue ones. Every time I go to order some, only the black ones are available, and I order them directly from Berkey. Never available, the fluoride ones. So the black ones, they actually take out the fluoride for the first couple days. They stop. Somehow it just stops working. But yeah, it's a bummer. But I have the what's it called? When you boil the water and it comes out. I can't believe I'm blanking right now. I have one. Distiller. I have a distilling machine that I use for that. I just love how the Berkey makes the water taste. So yummy. Wait, the repair only has one key to his house. Well, right now I do. We've been running all over the city trying to get a replacement key. So one of the things we did today, we went to this place where everyone says, oh, get all the keys made. Went there today. And the lady's like, oh, sorry, because it was a Chinese-owned place. Sorry, I'm doing the accent. Oh, sorry, we can't do that one. I'm like, what are we going to do? You know, we just got back from vacation a little over a month ago, and we can't find anybody to make a key for us. It's rough. Yeah, it's like a discount coupon code after you add the cart during checkout. Oh, God. Hey, Rock. Hello, Mr. Hilarski. It's the first time I caught you live. Good, sir. Happy to see you. Thank you, Rock. I appreciate it. Guys, the videos they're doing great. I mean, these people are watching them. Almost 1,000 views for every single one of them. I worked in medical building and know a lot of medical facilities bill for anything that will stick. Yeah, they sure do. People don't know that you can go argue your bill. That's one thing that I learned as a nurse when I got to the civilian life, is that people can argue their bills. Not that was cool. It's a pain in the ass, but you can do it. I know personally for a fact that hospitals have changed the cause of death to CV. A friend's wife had stage 3 stomach cancer and the hospital labeled it as CV. Luke, I know. Because they got a huge amount of money for labeling it that. When money is involved, corruption ensues every single time. Keep up the great 101 sessions, Randy. Slap the like, people get the elbow up. Thank you, Hex Adler. Yes, a mask has its own mask attached to it. At all the fast food places, and they're still required to wear masks. It's like Starbucks and stuff. You go into here, they're all required to wear masks, and I make sure to ask every time. The other day, we're at Starbucks, and the manager was standing right there, and I said to the girl, I said, "Are they forcing you to wear that mask?" And she's like, "Oh, we have to. It's part of the job." I said, "Then they are abusing you." She looked at me like, "That's my boss right there." Well, the whole point was to say in front of the boss. 777, good luck to all of us. Yes, sir. Rock. came to Durham, North Carolina, you'll see people literally walking down the street alone. No one's like, Durham, really? I always thought Durham people were a little bit tougher than that. Seriously, get solar panel guys. I do. I have a solar panel. I only have one though. It's enough to charge my what's it called? Jackery. It charges it up, so it only takes a couple hours. But Buzz, I really do need to do it. Cape, we don't need the TMI again. Cape, Jubilee is supposedly by definition be fun. Jubilee a celebration, or what are we speaking of? Doom gloom? No, Jubilee is a great thing, right? It's a year of relaxation, of year of of release, of debt forgiveness, of letting the earth replenish, like the land replenish. And that's what Shmita is too. Shmita actually means release. But the Jubilee year, I think, is just, in my opinion, from what I understand from reading, it's a continuation. It's like Shmita times 2. So 2023 can continue on. And what I found in looking at history is that big things happen in Jubilee years. So the last Jubilee cycle, we had money switch from being backed by gold and silver, hard money assets, to being fiat, which we have right now. And now the governments are saying that next year they're switching to CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. It's already started to happen. The IMF already has a special drawing rights, or they're also called SDRs. So distilled water. People say, don't drink distilled water. Man, I got this big thing full of minerals, the mineral water. It's got all the good stuff, magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, all that. Just squirt some of that into your water and you'll have 10 times more minerals than what would normally come in your water. Motorcycles. What about Australia? They got their own gas, but it was a nightmare with the Jews. No. George Chops, I wouldn't go anywhere near that place. Sorry, Australians. That was like watching Star Wars with the Empire, the way they were treating people, out of control. Marcus Sniper travels with one, I believe, picted from him. Yeah, I got Life water straws. I got the distiller. But probably the distiller, if the power does go out, it's not going to work, right? Because it takes so much power. It boils the water, literally. But the Berkey works fine. And I've got solar shower. I've got a solar oven. It's really cool. I got a nice big one. And just having those kind of things that don't require power. Hey, Randy, any thoughts on Pulse Doge longevity? I love, let's get clear here. Pulse Doge Win or PulseDoge.com, or Pulse Doge, the new one. I like Pulse Doge Win. I think those guys are better. I don't like the Pulse Doge that was a copy of the name. I think that they're too abrasive with the community. He's gonna dump. Yes, it will. Oh, Bitcoin just dropped below 20. Keep doing what you do, Randy. You're a cool cat. Thank you, Crypto Communicate. I appreciate that. Do you think the miners will dump the POW fork? Proof of work fork? Bob Lazan. They've already, no, maybe I should, there's a video about it that Eric Wall, it's on my Twitter, you can watch it, where they're having some issues. The POW guys, see that at least with Pulse Chain, Richard and the team have been working on launching Pulse Chain for over a year now, right? A year and a month. ETH POW, they're trying to play catch up, and they have to launch this thing soon. They can't wait too long, right? So they're going to launch it. It's probably going to have lots of errors, and it's going to take them some time to fix some stuff. I wouldn't trust it at first. Be very careful playing with ETH POW in the beginning, because they want to do a full system state, just like Pulse Chain. And Eric, in all his wisdom, made a comment that, Pulse Chain folks have no idea how much they bid off. If the ETH POW guys can't do it, how is Pulse Chain going to do it? Well, it's because Pulse Chain's been working on it forever. ETH POW is in a rush to get it done because they have to do the fork. Unless they do a snapshot right now and they just roll back the chain and relaunch, but they can't. Now building alarms going off. Sorry about that if you guys can hear that. Ready to go. These Shmita videos are gold. More X, thank you. First time catching your live stuff. Man, a lot of love. Thank you guys so much. 127 viewers. I think that's a new one for us, new record. Awesome, guys. I have a fold-out solar panel. I use it religiously outdoors with a battery pack. Exactly, that's what I have. Love it, you know? And I also can use the solar panel and plug it directly into my phone if I have to, something like that. It would work fine. And make sure your vehicle is filled up with fuel. Southeast Asians have been wearing masks since bird flu. Yeah, no problem. They can do what they want. They also live in filthy, cities with filthy air, especially the Chinese cities. Japan's, I think their cities are getting better, but once you get into a habit, it's hard to break it, and that's the shame of it. The kids are also having some serious developmental issues with speech and things. I'm seeing it really bad here. We were at the birthday party the other day for a friend, and their son. I was really sad. He's 3 and he barely got a word out, and yeah, masks. The 50-year jubilee is because of the Sirius and A and B cycle. Jeff Stout. I don't doubt it. Everything is back in the day was based on the stars, right? Nice seeing you all. Made it live again. Welcome, Steve. How do you think they will get people to accept CBDC debt forgiveness? Carrot will be the first. Stick will be the second, right? So if you don't take the carrot, you're going to get the stick. That's what they're going to do to you. GD Randy is ready to go. He's ready for an apocalypse. Let's move with you, bro. It doesn't take much to be ready. My mom trained me well. Greed is a dark cloud on people's minds that makes them distorted to the real reason of life. Ain't that the truth? Hey, Randy, maybe ask your landlord where would be best to make you. I did. We already did. He's the one that told us to go to this place. Yeah. He's not the one who put the doors up, though. He actually told Anna, he goes, look, these doors were put in over 10 years ago. You might have trouble finding a key. So might have to order directly from Italy, special order or something, because they're Italian doors. Gabe. I forgot. Is Eric a BTC or ETH Maxi? I think he's an ETH Maxi. Someone's building got Shmita over there. Yeah. Takes some time to go off. Every time it goes off. How I made, I think, is Soy Boy Maxi. All right, so let's look at the charts. Dun, dun. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, Bitcoin, it's fighting with that 20,000. Man, that was such a fake out on Friday when the price started pumping. Oh, yeah, over here. Or no, it's month. We're on the monthly. Let's look at the daily so I can show you that. So look, this was last week, right? Last weekend, we went here, just started pumping. Da-da-da-da. They were just building their exit liquidity. They said, let's get them all in. So they got that extra bunch of exit liquidity in, and then they dumped. So that's, see that space from here, or from here to here, from 21.6 up to about 22.7 was their exit liquidity. They got all the suckers in. They said, come on in. Bitcoin's pumping. They pumped it, and then they dumped it. So they from 20,150, now the motorcycles again, down to 19,325. Oh wait, we haven't gotten down that far yet. We got down to 19,630. So there was their profit. And if they're leveraged, that's a huge amount of profit. So this took, probably $1 billion or maybe $1.5 billion, $2 billion worth of leverage or something. I don't know how much it took, but they pumped it and they dumped it and they made millions. Never leverage trade. You will get wrecked. Here's ETH right now. Oh, staying stable. Man, maybe we'll stay on for a few minutes later tonight to see what's going to happen after midnight. This is in the monthly. Still a sell. And I'm really sorry, everybody. Look at this one. So we got a sell indicator. There we go. That's on the daily. The ORX indicator is telling us that we just got the sell. Dropped below on the AI, and the I is still below 0. So not looking good. Looks like we got some dumpy coming. Not looking good, ETH. Hex. Oh, God. I think we're going to get the sell soon, too. This is on the daily. We just dropped below again for the AI, and the demand index is still down. What can we do? Let's look at the weekly. Still got the green as well on the weekly. Hedron. Still got the green. Amazing. It's holding on. We're back down to 3.2 though. 50 is 3.2. We're 50% off from the high. And we're on a downward trend with the AI, and we're on the downward trend for the DI too. I hate being right, folks. I hate it. I wish we could always go up and to the right, but that's not the reality of life. You got to have corrections. You got to take out some of that liquidity and build it back up to have healthy markets. So, yeah, still in the sell here for the daily. Not much volume today. And the AI has dropped down, so has the DI. So, remember yesterday I showed you guys the social signals. Barely anybody's talking about ORX, or not ORX, Hadron right now. It's because when the price dips, we're down 50%, people tend to forget. And Hex also has kind of been trading sideways for so long. You see the social signals are just trending down. And so's the price. As normal. All right, let's see. I love this. Yeah. Yeah. Made it to my first live. Exponential gains. Welcome. How much market dumping of Hex would Shmita down to a penny? I don't know. I'm not a liquidity guy. Like I was talking about the Bitcoin thing. I really don't know how much it took to pump that, but it's so subjective, right? I don't know. There's people that could tell you like almost to the T what it would cost to dump it down to a penny. But so much of it is affected by the pairs. Hex still has that ETH pair. So if ETH goes down 50% in the next week or a week and a half, and it could, Hex is likely to go down like 30% just from that. So if we have a 30% dump from here, and we're at 3.5 cents, right? You're talking about 2.1 cents. Almost seems then that the last 9 months have forced people to let the land rest, a forced jubilee maybe. True. It's been more than 9 months though. It started 11 and a half months ago. Almost seems then that the past, okay. So, hey Randy, I like your balanced view in the crypto space, buying, selling, and everything in between. Yeah. Hex and XS, I am not ashamed to say that I sell. Not ashamed at all. A lot of people think I'm a bad Hex king because I've sold Hex in the past. No. I've onboarded tons of people. I took some profit. First time watching, enjoying what you're saying. Jeremy Gary, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Randy, 43 OG is still into sleep. Maybe he can help find you a blank. There's also a guy on YouTube called the Lockpick Lawyer who's an encyclopedia of info about every lock and key on his planet. All right. That'd be cool. Lockpick Lawyer. Cool tin top. Man, I miss Sicily already, but I don't miss the weight that I gained. I'm fighting to lose it now. Thoughts on the Coast weight token guy being all anon and faceless? Like I'm always sketchy of those guys. Yeah, it's the same thing with Pulse Doge Win. I love Pulse Doge Win, but I don't like the fact that the team is faceless. And they do have a team. Yeah, I think a team like 12 people. Coast is the same way. They have a team. I'm cool as long as the founder of Coast isn't the same founder as the guy who's in Genius, the founder of Genius, because he's an arrogant dude. I don't dislike him. I just find him to be arrogant, and I'm hoping that he's not the same guy, because I don't like it when somebody comes in, they got like 10 projects. It's hard to manage one, so having too many makes me a little bit leery. Use leverage if you want to be like Three Arrows Capital. That's one of the reasons why I don't think the crypto market's going to bounce back as quickly as people think it's going to. We had the huge collapse on Luna. We had Three Arrows Capital go up, up in smoke. We got Celsius going up in smoke, and now we got the Ethereum merge, and people were buying the rumor, selling the news type of thing for the Ethereum merge. So all this coming together, this isn't looking good for crypto. They were just saying the news the other day that, we're over 1 trillion again, the total market cap. Well, that didn't last long. So it just turned around, went the other way. I saw a post of the merge is complete and Beacon Chain is live. Okay, let's go back to ETH. 1597. It's not doing anything yet. The word hasn't traveled. But, let's say that it doesn't dump. Let's say that it stays steady. That would be really cool. If it can stay steady, that gives me the opinion that maybe the crypto market has some legs. And I hope it's true, because I'd love to see us go slowly into a bull market again. That'd be fabulous. Believe me, I am no different than anybody else. I like it much better when I'm much wealthier. Like it much better. And the wife does too. She sat, okay, I gotta tell you this. She sat down next to me on the couch the other day, and she goes, I like it better when we're super rich. I'm like, I do too. Because when you have a lot of money, you have no problem just saying, okay, here's a couple $100, go shopping, those kind of things, right? But when you're in the bear market, I'm stingy as hell, because I want to get as many coins as I can. I don't want to spend money on frivolous stuff. I don't want to sell my hex at 3.2 cents. Are you crazy? No. We're not selling any hex right now. I'm not selling my Hedron right now. We got a huge buy the rumor, sell the news event. Hedron's going to pump like a mofo in the next couple of weeks. I don't want to miss out on that. So there's no reason to sell anything right now. Do you think Richard could gain any useful info from the ETH merge? Absolutely. Being the first is not always the best. Any issues they face may only make Pulse succeed even more from learning what didn't work well. Chillyfly, you are so right. I love the fact that this is happening first. And I'm sure Richard's just like this. Yes. Any mistakes that they have, they're going to be able to look and see what happened or what went wrong. And the same thing with the ETH POW fork. They're going to be able to see what worked and what didn't work and sharpen the sword. It's not always the first that does it the best. Sometimes it's the guy that comes second, because he gets to see where all the mistakes were made in the first time around. And that's what I'm hoping with Pulse Chain. Yes, Mike, you're late. Sounds like one of the building alarms is going off. It's not a car alarm, it's a building alarm. Think of the trees with the most severe extreme lockdowns. Maybe more committed to Shmita. I don't know what you're saying there, Drew. Genius Token Guy has a wife on Twitter, but I don't know their drama. Okay, Marion. Yeah. He just came off as very arrogant last year when he was talking about the Genius Project, and now he's saying that it's better than Hex. And on top of that, he says he came out with the term Hex Flex. Like, bitch, that was me. I was the one that coined the term Hex Flex. I was putting out all kinds of content back then. Like, was it back in July, August, September of last year? Hex Flex is mine. At least I claim it. A friend who never buys you a drink is called a locksmith. Every time it's his round, he makes a bolt for the door. That was a dad joke, wasn't it, Tony? Whew, the alarm stopped. Dad joke. Not bad joke, dad joke. Hey, Randy, what are your thoughts on travel restrictions for the future? You mentioned that you went to Europe recently due to this factor. Yeah, we had some issues. Um, the trip itself was great. Originally, we were scheduled for 4 months, and UK was fine. The only thing is, uh, the border patrol guy was the border agent, whatever they're called there, was a total jerk. He didn't like the fact that I had a U.S. passport. My wife and child had Panamanian passports. He's like, "Why don't you all have American passports?" I'm like, "It's none of your freaking business, bro. You're gonna let us in or not, you know?" And then he was asking me all kinds of questions, where we were going. I mean, like really extensive questions. Like, man, you see my exit ticket? You know, I'm not staying in the UK. For one, I'll go broke if I stay there because we have dollars and they have pounds, and it's like a 30%. Everything's 30 to 40% more expensive. And so that was our first issue that really bothered me. And the other one was that they started having riots around the world. Things started getting a little bit wild. And then a young man set himself on fire in Turkey, right where we were going to stay. We had a building or a hotel right on the main road in Istanbul. And I got a very squeamish wife. She doesn't like anything that is uncertain. She likes her life to be certain. She's very, very task focused. She's got her schedule. You know, I know you guys know people like this. They have to have everything in a certain way every day. You know, that's how she is. I can't hate her for it. So I canceled Turkey, and I also canceled Egypt because we were supposed to go on a Nile River cruise, and we were supposed to go to Giza. But right after I canceled it, they started having riots in Giza. Uh, all over Instagram, people were reporting that they were stuck in their hotels. They couldn't even go out in the streets because there was rioting and stuff. And we really dodged a bullet with that. So that was tough. Um, the stuff where they do your nose, we won't say the words here. Um, we only had to get that done twice. Once when we left the UK, going into Italy, we had to get a quick antigen test. So that's not even, it's not like the old one where they stick it way up into your brain, you know, destroying your hypothalamus or whatever they were destroying. But they just touched the inside of your nose. And we had to get that in order to go to Italy. And we ended up spending 2 months in Italy because we couldn't go to Turkey or Egypt. And then in August, for the whole month of August, we were supposed to be in Belgrade, Serbia. I was so excited to go. Oh, and Croatia. We were supposed to go to Croatia for a week. We didn't do that. We were really bummed out because Belgrade or Serbia requires a visa for Panamanian citizens to enter. My wife qualified because they also accept a U.S. visa. If you have a U.S. visa, you qualify to enter Serbia. But my son didn't have it. And my friend, if you guys follow me for a while, Mike Patel of, can't even think, at a swap. He took care of our hotel. We had a beautiful place in Belgrade. Didn't have to pay for anything. It was all taken care of. But we couldn't go because my son didn't have a visa. And the Serbian consulate in Rome said, "Oh, we need your passports for 2 weeks to give your son his visa." I said, "You're not taking my passport." We still had to fly. We were in Sicily at the time. We were still flying, so we needed the passports. So I said, "I guess we're not going to Serbia." So we came home a month early. So there was a lot of issues. It was worth it. We had a great time, but a lot of uncertainty. You just don't know how things are going to work out. I ended up having like 4 wasted flights, that I paid for and never used. It was a big bummer. The parties are better in the bowl too. Yes, they are, Crypto Cashew. They sure are. Someone asked RH about buying hacks. RH said, "Cut back on your spending or borrow money," saying that bankrupt was an option and people do it and you can, but don't blame him if anything. Yeah, there's people that do stuff like that, but just be careful. Taking big risks turn into big rewards. I could have done that. I could have been a shark. Easy. Could have been a shark accident easily, but I wasn't willing to take the risks. I'm not going to go to my parents and ask them for 50 grand or something like that. Even though if I did, be super, super rich now because I'm a day one Mexican. I would assume that traveling with business intentions internationally might give you more privilege than holiday seekers. Yeah, yeah. And then on top of that, there was the issues with traveling in Europe during while we were there. People were getting stuck at the airport. Luggage was getting lost every day. Piles of luggage at Heathrow and at Gatwick and London, and in Italy. There was we went to the Palermo airport and looking in the corner, there was a bunch of bags. I'm like, oh man, this is a mess. So we were quite nervous. We were glad to be taking trains most of the places. How I Made says faceless devs and founders just rug on a platform, so rinse repeat on another, and never get caught. It's the only reason for it. Yeah, they make a lot of money doing it. If you can make a half a million, $250,000 every, like say, 3 months by rugging something, you're going to keep repeating, and they've got the recipe to screw people over and steal their money. They do it over and over and over again. Chili Fly says, man who walks through airport doors sideways going to Bangkok. Dad jokes. When I got to the border agent in the UK, I told her I was glad she was able to speak American. People love my American accent. Women, it only happened in New York, but multiple times when I was in New York, which is northern UK or close to the Scottish border, women were coming up to me and telling me how much they love my accent. I was like, really? I just have a Western New York accent. It's like the Michigan accent. That's how we talk. We don't talk like we're from New York City. I got like a Michigan accent. And I was like, you think my voice is sexy? Everybody's accent is sexy? They'd walk away. They did it right for my wife. And they'd walk away and I was like, whatever. How many millionaires has Hex made? Just in the next couple of months alone, I see a few stakes of 1,000 turn into 900,000. A3. Yeah. I tell you it all the time. My Touareg, my $100,000 truck, was $100 or a $400 stake that turned into about 140,000. Crazy. That's how I bought my truck. Just paid cash for it. And I paid with crypto. USDC they sent me a Coinbase invoice. My friend is a car dealer and he accepts crypto. No previous cycle experience with this cycle. No more fiat. True. Most people are in that situation right now. You buy the dip and the dip dips and the dip dips. You run out of fiat pretty quick. I have a feeling Pulse Chain will come in December like Hex when it launched in 2019. It would also give RH and the devs a couple of months looking at the merge. Could be a happy Christmas for all. Fat Bob lives on? I sure hope so. I'm sure looking for that. You should have gone to Croatia, though. Don't worry. We'll make it. I have a history. I lived in Sicily during the war. Got all my 4 rows of ribbons. More than half of them were because of the stuff that we were doing with Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Kosovo and all that. And I was stationed in Sicily when it was all going down. We were the naval hospital that took care of everybody. So when things went down, people came to our hospital. And I was also in Patrol Squadron 26, and I worked with Helicopter Support Squadron 4, and I was their corpsman. And we were the units that did stuff there. So I'm not proud that we didn't do anything. We just sat on the sidelines pretty much. We let the UN try to handle it, and they did an abysmal job. So I feel bad for Croatia, Bosnia, even Serbia, even though, I can't hate on the Serbians. It was just a big mess. Maybe those countries should never been united to begin with. So politics gets in the way and people die. That's just how it is. Really sad. But I want to go back. I was very emotional knowing that I was going to return and go to see those places. Now we want to go do the whole thing, all the Balkans. So go to Bosnia, to Croatia, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia. Just enjoy it all. Beautiful country. Beautiful. When I say country, like the lands, especially Croatia. Holy crap, Croatia's amazing. Yeah, RH Preach Pulse would launch first. Yeah, he did. He sure did. That was before they needed to rewrite the code. Yeah, he had to. They changed to, I can't remember the name of the code that they're using, but it's going to be much more stable. Man, guys, it's Pulse launched November 1st. Sounds good to me. Hey, Hex Famous. Marianne. Randy, I was in Istanbul, Turkey this August. It was great. No issues at all, man. You missed out. Pac-Man, I get it, man. But my wife is kind of paranoid, so she didn't want to take a chance. Vladimir, you are welcome. Rear ballers, we stake it all. You gotta take profit sometime. All right. So nice. Your streams went from like 12 views to 120 plus. And quickly, right? I heard about those riots in Giza. Yeah, GD. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. Alanya, Turkey. Man, I want to go to Turkey so bad. It's one of my dreams. And we actually have direct flights from Panama to Turkey, to Istanbul. So Turkish Airlines. That's what we're planning on doing. Do the direct flight. And if we do Turkey, we'll probably go to Dubai too. Visit Dubai. We'd like to do a 1 month trip every year. We'll see how it goes in 2023. Maybe we'll do 2 months. Who knows? Want to see some things. So my son is he's going to be 5 in January, so he's getting to that point where he's going to start enjoying stuff. You know, take him to a safari in Kenya, or go back to Ethiopia for my 4th time or 5th time, and show him around. I love it. Alanya has nice beaches, yeah. Liquid Loans testnet is live. Looks clean. No, I have not, X-Hodler. I have not opened up the testnet since I got back from my trip. I heard about the, yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, let's check ETH real quick before we leave. And it's not doing anything. Let's go on the 15-minute. Oh, well, Aurochs indicator is not very good on the short time frames, but it does. We have a buy indicator. Interesting. 15.95 on the 15-minute. Let me look up the AI, because this one doesn't have the AI on it for some reason. Where is it? Oh, did they take it off here? No, right there. Where is it? Well, it's not showing anything for some. Oh, I know. Okay, it's too short of a time frame. Let's go back to the hour. No. Well, it looks like the AI is down, but we're at 15.97 and climbing. Well, maybe I'm going to be wrong. I hope so, but we still have plenty of time to get Shmita. XNXS, you are welcome. Just another step towards Pulse Chain going live. Would you say Hex Famous? That's the best beaches you'll ever see in your life. Plus, they have a castle wall from BC in the background. That's awesome background. Fat Bob lives on. Thank you. Susie, thank you. All right, cheers, everybody. Randy is out of here.